Hit it. Okay, welcome to Up the Boards. It's 10 p.m. on a Friday night, and shit's happened in the NHL. I'm Yusuf.
I'm Tyler.
And Tyler, what's on the boards today, Tyler?
We're going to talk about the great legendary GM known as Ken Holland and some of his
My favorite GM. Not
some
really.
of his great decisions, that really came in clutch for no one. We're going to talk about the All-Star game and why I hate the All-Star game and why I hate the NHL and why it's bullshit.
We still love the league, and we still love. Well, that's a lie. We love the game.
Yeah, we've gotten better at this.
Getting better at this.
Yeah, just a couple other small things.
Some fun. Yeah, you know what? Let's start with Ken Holland and his magic, quote unquote. So, Tyler, I have a question for you to kick this off. What do you think the Edmonton Oilers need right now? What is the most important thing they would possibly need?
Probably a goalie under the age of 90. That's a good start.
That's a good start. Yep.
How about it? Let's even go under the age of 40. That would be even better.
That would be great. Yeah.
I think a defenseman would also help. Losing a guy like Ethan Bear and then not, saying he was not important and then not doing anything to solve that. It's good.
And they got old ass Duncan Keith.
Oh yeah, totally a good replacement for a really good offensive defenseman. Chris,
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. What about so you see the defenseman, they have Darnell Nurse. What more could they need, right?
You absolutely. What about you got one guy 60 minutes?
Oh yeah, who's set to make $8.5 million next year too. He'll be the second highest paid player that isn't named Connor McDavid. What about their forwards? Don't you think they're set with McDavid and Draisaitl and Nuge and Zach Hyman? Isn't that all they need?
They need someone like kind of Antonio Brown-esque to the NFL. That might be the only thing that could complete their team. So a guy is probably going to have issues off the ice or the field.
Right.
Someone who could quit mid-game.
A Tony D'Angelo kind, someone that might rack up a lot of penalty minutes, maybe.
Yeah, no, I want league issues. I want fines for faking stuff, faking documents. That could be interesting.
Okay, that would be very
maybe someone who should have been suspended from the league for allegations brought up last year, maybe gambling on his own team or possibly, not taking care of his wife and future kid, that kind of stuff. Just
things like that. Maybe what? How about someone that owes $28 million to the bank in gambling debts?
He would be a good fit.
That would be a good fit.
How about almost like you want to give the guy not quite a second chance, but his seventh chance,
ninth, maybe 10th chance, maybe.
Yeah,
I think that sounds about right.
Maybe you should wear number 9 or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe you could wear number 9. He could have he'd be justified with being a 30 goal scorer, but a giant penalty taker and off ice liability.
How about never fits in with his teammates and has issues everywhere he goes, and every time he leaves, the team gets better.
You know what? That I think I have the perfect guy for that.
Do you?
Evander Kane. Because apparently Ken Holland really wants Evander Kane.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is that we don't even have to talk about anything else about this topic. All we have to do is say, look at the Sharks last year, this year. It's a different culture. They're winning hockey games despite getting shut out last night. But they're competitive. They're in the obviously they're just about halfway through. They're in the hunt. They're fighting. They're actually looking good.
Yeah.
Eric Carlson's made comments locker room's great. Everyone's happy. We're all doing great. People want to be there. The guys in San Jose, they're all happy right now.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's wild. He's gone. It's oh look. They didn't do anything. They didn't really change much. They changed the goalie and they lost Evander Kane. It's oh hey, everyone's happy here.
Yeah.
It's oh my gosh.
And for some bloody fucking reason, for a guy who has done everything we just listed earlier, Ken Holland really wants him. But apparently there's an issue with that now because he tested positive and still traveled into Canada.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how he pulled that off.
I'm sure they'll let it slide for whatever reason, though.
Okay.
Well, they're not gonna let it slide, but he's still gonna be able to play at some point, and they're gonna still sign him.
Is he vaccinated? Do we know if he's vaccinated?
No, I thought he faked his card. I thought he did literally
I think he faked because you're not legally allowed to do shit in Canada if you're not vaccinated.
I don't remember anymore. Let's look.
Because like here's my thing. Originally the topic was going to be Evander Kane and just like how much of a goofball he is and a fucking moron. But like the serious
Yeah, he had a fake vaccination card, dude. Him and Antonio Brown, I'm dead ass.
He got suspended.
Friends.
That's what he got suspended for in the first place. Was a fake vaccination card. Apparently he got vaccinated after that, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Dude, it's
So
hard.
my question is, how the hell did he manage to get back into Canada?
He must have they must have freaking just made him do it. Like
I probably, yeah. But the thing is, like, Evander Kane. How do you look?
I'm gonna say you're gonna see a face-off happening. He's gonna skate out of the penalty box.
Yep.
Throw his pads up.
Yep.
Off the
ice. How do you justify wanting to get someone like him that's such a giant off ice liability? Like, look, there is
still talent. It's just
I know that's the problem.
At
is
what
like
point do you like? He might still be a second line player, but like, and he's smart shit. There's a reason no one else wants him.
That is true. Well, apparently, like 6 other teams were asking about him, including the Leafs.
Okay, have the Leafs ever made a good decision? Let's talk this through. Okay,
no.
Okay, let's pick a good run organization, like
Colorado. Apparently,
we know if Boston is a good run organization for the example at hand here. Like,
fine, yeah.
They're not interested. The Rangers aren't interested. The Red Wings aren't interested. To my knowledge, like
they're not.
And I haven't heard anything about us wanting them. So it's like,
no. There were talks about what was it? It was Edmonton, Toronto, Colorado, Tampa, and a 5th team. I can't remember who the 5th team would have been off the top of my head. But like, do you really?
Dude, like, I'm just curious how they're going to pay him or what they're going to pay him because they don't have any money. They literally have $0.
Most teams have $0.
No, not our teams.
Yeah, I mean, most teams that are looking for him.
Yeah, but exactly. So I don't know if they're going to put money out of their ass.
Yeah, right. It's like you got to do now. Granted,
it wouldn't shock me if Vegas was interesting.
No, Vegas has too much cap acrobatics they got to pull off in the next.
They got to pull off a miracle in the next 2 weeks.
Because Eichel's going to be back soon.
I've been trying to figure out I don't know how they're going to do. I'm about to be amazed.
Okay. My theory. We can get into this afterwards, but
we're gonna get to Eichel later. Okay,
yeah, we can get to Eichel later, but we'll get back to Evander Kane in a second. My theory.
I have a quote for you from last night's Preds game. I have a quote for you.
My theory is that they're gonna move probably Dadonov and someone else at the deadline, and maybe like a prospect or two, just small money, just so they can make just enough to clear for Eichel.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And they still won't have a good goalie, so that still isn't.
No, yeah. Well, hey, at least Robin Leonard's not 40 million years old, like Mike Smith is. like going back to
wrong, so I'll give you that. That's actually good,
right? Like going back to the whole Edmonton thing is like, what? This is now just gonna turn into a Ken Holland conversation. Like, Kenny.
Do you have that list of great moves he did over his career?
No, I don't have it opened up. I don't want to relive my traumas.
Oh, use
it. Crazy?
I'll pull it up.
No, fine. There's one very important. There's also one very important one that thread missed out on, and I will bring that up in a second.
Perfect.
Because that one hurts me a lot.
I'm gonna ask you a very important question at the
moment.
Before I pull this up, what is Robin Leonard's save percentage on the season?
This current season?
Yes. Would you like the league leaders for reference?
Give me the top 3.
Okay, top 3. I'm going to do like a minimum of games played. I'll do like minimum 10. Is that fair? Yeah. Okay. Igor Shesterkin.
Of course.
Because yes. Is at a 9.37. Jack Campbell's at a 9.35. Tristan Jerry is a 9.29. UC Saros is a 9.27. Fred Anderson, 9.26. Sorokin's at 9.25. Okay. That's kind of justified. What do you think? Robin, this is the man they're going into this is their starting goaltender.
Yep. This is the man that Vegas assumes is going to take him to the promised land.
This is the guy that kept over Fleury.
Yep. Over under 9.10.
Under.
901.
905.
Ooh, okay. Not. I was close.
That's bad.
But yeah, that's bad.
Not good.
That's bad.
2.91 goals against average.
Oh.
Yeah, like Shesty's rocking like I think like just about a 2, a little under 2.
I think Jack Campbell's also, he was under 2 for a bit. I don't know what he's at now, but
Shesty's a 199.
damn.
And Campbell's
Just
a
under 2.
202.
Okay. Yeah, because they kind of get anyways. But look,
Shesty.
We can talk about Vegas after this. It's the fact is
we'll get to this.
Goaltending is important, as we know. Tyler especially knows this, right? But like Ken Holland, for some reason, now that he's in charge of Edmonton, this man is gonna go out of his way to ruin Connor McDavid in his prime, because Edmonton needs a lot if they're going to be actual Stanley Cup contenders.
Yeah, I'm actually noticing a trend here. He really likes to sign older players to a lot of money. I'm reading the list.
Tyler,
yeah.
You don't have to tell me that.
Yeah,
I'm
he's really
fully
good
aware.
at that.
I know.
Like the last 5.1 contract to Jimmy Howard.
From 2014 to 2018, my life has been traumatized by all the signings he made for people over the age of 32. I'm aware.
Beautiful.
And there's also like baffling ones in there too. This whole Twitter thread of someone talking about the amazing signings that Ken Holland pulled off and transactions.
It's quite impressive, actually. It is very long.
Here's one that's not on that list. It is probably the one I am maybe most angry about, maybe not, probably second most angry about. He trades I can't remember what pick it was in the first round, but he trades that for Kyle Quincy. He trades a first round pick for Kyle Quincy.
Okay.
You know what that first round pick became? Andre Vasilevsky.
He's pretty good. I don't even know that.
Yeah, I heard he's good. He won like a Conn Smythe or something.
He's pretty good at the whole stopping pucks thing.
Yeah. I've heard he's solid.
Cat-like reflexes. They're him the name Big Cat. Like,
yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah, considering his size, I've heard he's pretty solid. And the pick that was used for Vasilevsky was traded so that we could get old as shit Kyle Quincy. And we're seeing
Vasilevsky. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Oilers could have had Jesper Wallstedt.
Yep.
The Oilers could have had Jesper Wallstedt this past year. They had that 20th pick. I kept telling you, I'm like, they need to fucking pick Wallstedt because Kosa was already off the board because we grabbed him. I was like, they're grabbing Wallstedt at 20. They have to. What else could they do? They traded the pick to Minnesota.
Hey, they got legendary prospect Stuart Skinner. They're fine.
See,
the problem is I don't trust their scouts to get a goalie because like they have rolled this like, Costin and Smith. That's what's gonna get us there.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's just, Ken Holland is getting older and older, and the older he gets, the definitely more baffling he gets. Especially with this whole senile, definitely. Like, man, he should be aware. He's not. Actually, that's a lie. He's not. Like, Edmonton has a lot of problems on defense. They have a lot of problems in depth scoring, and they have no young, viable goaltenders.
Like, my good friend said this so many times when we talked about Edmonton, and I have to agree with him. It's really cool that in a regular season game, McDavid and Draisaitl put up 5 goals, and you guys will win 5-4 in overtime.
It's awesome,
it's
right?
really cool.
Yeah.
Or you guys will win 7-3. It's really interesting and really cool in the regular season. It's like, oh wow, the big scores. But you get to the playoffs, and then you play a team with you're playing the best. Like, you're going to the playoffs. For a 4-game series, at some point they're going to figure out how to stop you, and they're going to shut you down with defense or a decent goalie. You're going to hit a wall. And those two won't be able to produce. And yes, you might shut down the other team's top line with Darnell Nurse. You might do it. Yep. But then their third and fourth line are going to score goals. Ryan Reeves is going to net the hat trick and win the game. I'm kidding about that part. But their third and fourth line are going to ball out against.
Do you really have to plug the Rangers propaganda? Don't shush me. Okay. No, but I get you there though. I get it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like some random fourth line, some random fourth liner who has no business scoring a goal is going to embarrass them in the playoffs.
We've seen this happen in the past. Lest we forget 2 years ago, who the fuck remembers the name Joel Kiviranta? Who remembers who that is? I do, because he got a fucking hat trick against Colorado. Who is this kid?
Was prospect for Dallas.
Yeah. He was like a third or fourth liner for the Stars.
Yep.
Helped them get to the fucking finals.
Yeah.
A fourth liner. Edmonton, like even last year, it hurt me for all of like 5 minutes before I realized Edmonton really doesn't have anything besides McDavid and Draisaitl.
Dude, I've been telling you this for years, man.
Oh, I know.
Like it's sad. Like
it is.
And I don't even think Darnell Nurse is like top 10, and they're paying him like he's
Darnell Nurse at best is top 20. That's being nice.
Dude, that's being nice. Some teams have 2 defensemen better than him, and I will say it like that and be polite. I like Darnell Nurse, but he's not a number 1 defenseman. He's like your number 2 on your team. Like he's the guy on the line with the number 1 defenseman.
The problem is that like on most teams, Darnell Nurse is a number 2.
Yeah,
on most teams, if he's your number 1, you've got a little bit of an issue. It's not to say, and it's not terrible.
So I think he would also I think he could be a number 1, but like he also needs a really good partner, and they don't have anything for him.
Right, exactly.
Like, dude, Zach Werenski is very good. And I like Zach Werenski, but he doesn't have a great partner with him. And like him and Seth Jones, I will admit, actually kind of complement each other very well.
Him and Seth Jones were one of my favorite defensive pairings that weren't on a top 10 team in the league.
Yeah, and like they complemented each other well through different play styles. And like, but you could stand out and say both of these guys were great together. Now, if you said separate them, who do you want like come playoff time? I'm going to pick Werenski.
I'm picking Werenski,
defensively, but like Seth Jones can score goals. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. He's pretty good offensively and he's fast. Like he has his moments where he's quite brilliant.
Plus Seth Jones is more an offensive minded.
Yeah.
Right. The thing is with Darnell Nurse is an offensive minded defenseman who also can be your guy to punch people.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be. The problem is he's your first pair defenseman. He shouldn't be all of those things.
Yeah, dude, go get Tenorti.
Yeah.
Jared Tenorti.
Why not?
Absolutely a great piece for that.
I don't know. It's the Oilers have just a very large problem, and Ken Holland or somebody needs to step in and figure out like, hey, there's an issue. We have to solve this issue because we're gonna have another year come if the Oilers even make the playoffs this year.
If
it's
a very strong
they sunk hard.
Yeah, we'll talk about the standings towards the end too. So
yeah,
we'll cover
probably the halfway point, which is coming up. So
we said we'll do the All-Star rosters.
All-Stars today. We talk about the Oilers. And
you said Vegas about Eichel.
Yeah,
we'll kind of get into this. We'll just wrap the standings for a nice little bow on everything.
Yeah, that's how we'll do it.
All
so
right.
so yeah,
planning show as we do it.
And exactly, why not? But yeah, Edmonton. Look, you've got literally 2 of the best players in the world on your squad. They should be winning cups. Support them.
If I'm Connor McDavid and they actually go through getting Evander Kane, I'm requesting a trade.
Same. I'm getting the hell out of there. Well, okay.
And I'm doing it publicly too, so they have no leverage.
Did you hear about McDavid's media interview a couple days ago when
someone asked
him about him? And he was just, you know what I love about hockey players? I love how no one has any emotion.
Dude,
just sit there.
Hold up. Some do.
Some do. Not all. Some do.
He is particularly dry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. It's
he's just like,
Wall is more interesting than Connor McDavid. Like he's talented as hell, but Jesus, I can't listen to him talk. I watch sports movies all day. I can't listen to him talk.
Yeah, Connor, how are you feeling about potentially getting Evander Kane with all this shit? Oh well, we just got to win games. And that's
wasn't his first quote like, "Well, that's not really my decision," and laughed it off. And I was like, "Great!" Like
it's like I was having this conversation with my dad, who does not. He's starting to understand hockey more and more. Like he's getting into it, but like he was talking to me about it because he had heard about the Evander Kane stuff, And he was like, who's the captain of the Oilers? I'm like, it's McDavid. He goes, okay, right. He goes, don't you think they would run this by him first because he's the captain of the team? I'm like, you would think that.
I mean, dude, this is like, it's very interesting. Because like me and my dad were talking about this, and like, and as for me and my friend, we were talking about this in the context of like, okay, like comparing it to like the Antonio Brown situation just happened, because there's a lot of weird parallels there.
There are.
And it's like, you look at a guy like Tom Brady, who's like most respected, greatest quarterback all the time. And he's like, this is my guy. And then like some of his interviews this week have been like, Brady's, he's one of them. He's with the group. It's like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? And like, it's weird. And you're like, no team should sign him. Like at this point, like I can't think of a single team that should sign Antonio Brown. And it's like with the Evander Kane thing, it's like, dude, his wife has made so many allegations against him. Like, there's the whole fake vaccination card. There's like,
the gambling debt,
the gambling that like betting against your own team. There's so much stuff where it's like,
yeah,
why would you sign this guy? He has already had multiple chances. Like, dude, Winnipeg didn't want him. Buffalo didn't want him. The Sharks didn't want him. Like, stop.
The Sharks publicly made it clear that they were going to terminate his contract. Publicly made it clear. And people were going after Elliot Friedman for reporting it.
Exactly. It's like, dude, like, don't sign him.
I don't know. Yeah, you'd think that, right? Just don't sign him. Evander, like at the end of the day, there are plenty of answers.
You really want that person in your locker room?
No.
Like it's that easy. Don't.
The problem is there are plenty of answers a team can get to solve their issue of making a playoff run. Evander Kane's not that answer. He's not. He just is not that answer.
I wouldn't give a shit if they had a defense and a goaltender. I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It's mind-blowing to me. It really is just like absolutely mind-blowing. God, Edmonton. I don't know. Like God,
now we're gonna talk about I'm heated. Now we're gonna talk about the All-Star shit. Jesus.
I'm so right. I'm so glad Ken Holland's not my fucking problem anymore. I look at it sometimes. I every now and then, and I'm like, we're gonna get another one soon. I really hope, because Ken Holland's not here now. Granted, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those are with him, and back then he was fine, and now he's just old and crazy. So
dude, you gotta keep up with the game.
You do. You really do.
It's that easy.
It is, and that needs to be a mindset towards GMs, coaches, vice presidents,
All-Star voters.
And All-Star voters, because segues, let's do this. I'm going to hate this, and so are you. All right.
I'm about to throw hands, Yusuf.
So, as y'all know, the All-Star game is still happening. For some fucking reason.
For now.
Exactly. For now.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
In like 2 weeks' time, that will probably not be the case. Well, actually, in 2 weeks is the All-Star game. It's the end of January, isn't it?
It is. It's
typically the end of January.
I think it's early. I think it's the first week of February this year.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it was going to be right before. It was going to be right before the Olympics. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, the NHL players aren't going to the Olympics.
Yeah, that's a whole. That's a whole. We were supposed to talk about that, and then life got in the way.
And then COVID got in the way.
Yeah, so crazy. Life happens.
Like how it got in the way of the NHL. So the All-Star break is going to be coming up fairly soon, and they just announced the teams.
Do you want to start the captains just to make it fun, and we can?
Let's start. Yeah, let's make it fun.
Well, Oilers captain for the Pacific would be Connor McDavid,
Mr. Fun Guy himself.
Connor McDavid. Colorado Avalanche forward Nathan McKinnon will lead the Central Division. Water is wet. In the Atlantic, we have Austin Matthews, who lost to his hometown team the other night, which made me laugh.
And a goaltender who did not exist up until about that game
this year.
Yes.
Hey, Veljmik has been all right.
He has been.
It's not been their problem. And then Alexander Ovechkin, who I don't think has ever played in an All-Star game in the past 5 years because he just keeps dropping out, is the captain for the Metro.
Water is wet.
Yeah, everyone's gonna vote for him.
No. Water. The fair and simple.
You know what's weird? Have you heard his quote on it?
On the All-Star game?
Yeah, Ovechkin's. It's quite good. It's from NHL.com. It says, "Thank you so very much, fans. Obviously, it's a huge honor for me to get the captaincy, and it shows respect from the fans. Obviously, it's a huge honor and a huge privilege. It's going to be a great time. Or it's going to be fun. he hasn't gone. He's opted out. He's constantly dropped out. I guess because he's captain. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, but he still gets fined for it.
Yeah,
that's the best part. Yeah,
but like, yeah, they just got another
no.
quote about how it's like a huge honor and a privilege, no matter what's the fans of the league. It's like, dude, you don't go. Like, I can't remember last time he went. Like,
I think it would have been like 2015, maybe.
It's been a bit.
Been a while. Yeah.
All right. Regardless,
right.
So hopefully he goes. It'd be really cool if he went. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. So yeah, the All-Star game is going to happen. Those are your captains. Assuming COVID doesn't murder anybody else, we'll see how that goes.
Or people drop out. So I guess we'll go west to east.
So yeah, now we have rosters. Let's start with let's go east to west because we started with west for the captains. Let's start east to let's do oh no, actually no. Here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna go west to east. We're gonna go west to east. I know what you're
Tyler's seated, man. You gotta.
Yes, he is. Okay, let's do Pacific. Let's just go Pacific, Central, Atlantic, Metro.
Leonard Draisaitl,
of course.
Jordan Eberle, Johnny Gaudreau.
Of course. Okay.
Adrian Kempe. Should I say the teams they're with, or just can we all assume that we know?
Most assume you know.
Connor McDavid, Timo Meier, Mark Stone, Alex Pietrangelo, John Gibson, and Thatcher Demko.
Which, you know what? I'm glad Thatcher got picked up for the All-Star.
Dude, I'm glad that Gibson made it, man. I'm kind of upset Quick did because Quick.
John Gibson.
Quick, I kind of thought was having a good year, but Gibson
deserves it. Quick
deserves
Quick has been having a good year, but I think Gibson deserves that nod.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also consider like the performance Demko's had since Boudreaux took over.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Demko deserves a lot of credit.
Dude, Central's nasty.
Central is very nasty.
Kyle Connor from the Jets. Alex DeBrincat from the Blackhawks.
Yep.
Kirill Kaprizov from the Wild.
Oh, God.
Clayton Keller from the Yopes.
Yep.
Jordan Kyrou from St. Louis, which is a weird one. Nathan McKinnon from Colorado. Joe Pavelski from Dallas. Cale Makar from Colorado. From your Nashville Predators, UC Saros. And then Cam Talbot from Minnesota, which is weird. That's the weird one.
That's the weird one.
That's the weird
fucking weird one.
That's the weird one.
Okay, so I'm gonna defend this because another friend of mine earlier today actually said the same thing about the Jordan Kyrou pick. I actually like that Jordan Kyrou got picked as an All-Star this year because that kid deserves way more credit to St. Louis's current success than he's given, considering how young he is. Jordan Kyrou is doing work for the Blues.
He is actually. Yeah.
He deserves a lot more credit.
Yeah.
He deserves a lot more. But yeah, so when I look at the Central roster, I don't think Kyrou's the weird one. I think fucking Cam Talbot's the weird one.
Cam Talbot is the weird one.
This man is 40 million years old or something.
Yeah.
34. But yeah. There's some names left out of there that I'm not a fan of, but we're gonna get to that. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that. What do we have? What's next? The Atlantic Division?
Yeah, Atlantic. There you go. That's it. That ocean.
The Wampus Division.
Drake Batherson from Ottawa. Patrice Bergeron from the Boston Bruins. Jonathan Huberdeau from Florida.
Also good.
Dylan Larkin from Yusuf's Detroit Red Wings. We have Austin Matthews from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
As we do.
Nick Suzuki from Montreal because they have no one else to send.
Yep.
Rasmus Dahlin from Buffalo. Victor Hedman from Tampa.
Duh.
Jack Campbell from Toronto. And then Andrei Vasilevsky.
Good for Jack Campbell.
Good for Jack Campbell.
Good for Jack Campbell. Yeah. And Dylan Larkin.
Yeah,
he's had a good season.
I like Larkin. I've always liked Larkin.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And good then, Michigan. And now Metro. Our favorite. No, that's a lie. His favorite division, not mine. I'm an Atlantic guy.
Sebastian Aho, Carolina.
Good.
Claude Giroux, Philadelphia.
It's
Jack Hughes, New Jersey. Fucking Chris Kreider's an NHL All-Star for the second time in his career. Alexander Ovechkin for the 8th time in his career. We have Mr. Norris winner himself, Adam Fox from the New York Rangers. We have Adam Pelech from the Islanders. We have Zach Werenski from Columbus. We have Freddie Anderson from Carolina. And we have Tristan Jarry from Pittsburgh.
All right, Tyler. This is what our actual topic is besides the All-Star games. It's the snubs, because there's a lot of them.
There's a lot that should be
There's a lot of them. And we'll work our way back because this is going to get interesting with the Metro because Tyler's very angry about the Metro. And I agree with him. I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, for once, Yusuf actually agrees with me.
How do you justify? How do you justify Ilya Sorokin as an All-Star? He did.
No.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, it's Jarry and Freddie.
Oh,
Anderson.
Who told me it was Sorokin? Anyways, okay, fuck.
That was the NHL.com list because they had their own list. This is the authentic list.
That's dumb. Okay, so Jarry and Freddie.
Yeah.
Look.
I'm still not wrong.
I know you're not. Shesterkin should be an all-star.
Shesterkin should be an all-star. Like
the thing, like, and the Rangers haven't even been bad recently. They've been fine. But like, the only argument I'd have for Tristan Jarry is that he's been balling the fuck out with Pittsburgh.
I agree.
Because they're on that hot streak. That's justification number one. Freddie balled out in the beginning of the season, but
has a great defense.
I was about to bring that up. We've talked about this. You know why I love the Hurricanes so much is because their defensive core is fucking ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, ours is all hurt, and Shesterkin has just said, boys, I got this one.
Yeah.
And has quite literally stolen games.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out some statistics because I'm angry. Goals against average, best in the league, 1.99. Save percentage, best in the league among starters, 939. Wins, 16. When making 37 or more saves in his career, he's 11-0-0. And this fucking guy isn't an all-star? Get the fuck out of here.
Angry Tyler. Sounds so great.
Bullshit.
It is.
And yet I'm pissed because Chris Kreider's an all-star and Shesterkin's not. That's honestly like the over-the-top part of it.
It's absolutely fucking hysterical.
I love Kreider, but Jesus
also,
Christ.
Can we talk about how Sidney Crosby is not an all-star?
That's what's pissed me off. Jarry is the guy Pittsburgh is. I hate the fact that every team has to be represented. A. B. That's the best they have.
Sidney
I'm
Crosby?
sorry. They're not gonna put Crosby?
Fucking Crosby. Oh my God, Jake Gensel not being an all-star is a fucking scam.
Shesterkin and Gunsel should be in.
Okay. Oh,
Jarry, Kreider, I love you, but you're out, bud.
No, Crosby should be an all-star because it's fucking Sidney Crosby. We've talked about this so much, and every other hockey podcast talks about this. The NHL does such a bad job when it comes to marketing their superstars.
Oh my God, it's terrible, dude.
You have your all-star game coming up.
This is the day. This is it. Like, you're on ESPN. You send the best, man.
We are like, okay, imagine that the NBA All-Star game did not feature LeBron James.
Dude, like, why don't they just do a full team from each, like, division? That too, or division. Just to, dude, seriously, just be like, okay, like, you know what? Like, we're gonna roll up with 18 skaters and 2 goalies. Like,
no,
dude, what the hell? That'd be so great.
Pick out the best. I hate, like, the fan voting stuff is fun, but the fan voting stuff also has come for, like, you know, shenanigans in the past. See John Scott getting an all-star nod,
which was probably the most interesting all-star game in the past like 5 years.
It really was. You had, remember when the entire country of Latvia hijacked the all-star voting and got Zemgus Girgensons in?
I remember that.
Remember,
funny.
Kids, Zemgus Girgensons is an all-star, or was an all-star, because his home country just hijacked the voting for it.
And Zach Bogosian is a Stanley Cup champion.
Yes, he is. It has nothing to do with it, but we got to bring up that Zach Bogosian is a Stanley Cup champion. Still doesn't have a Norris, but he's a Stanley Cup champion.
That is just for Yusuf.
What a weird time to be alive, eh? So this brings us to a quote.
Brad Marchand, that's the Atlantic, but Brad Marchand, 3,000%. Like I'm kind of amazed he's not an all-star. Also, that's a weird. There's a lot of weird ones, man.
Yeah. So
we can go on about this.
Well, my personal gripe is with the Central, and this is why. This is a Nathan McKinnon quote from yesterday, I believe it was.
Oh yeah, Jesus, yeah, you have every right to be pissed about this.
So Nathan McKinnon, when asked about a certain someone not making the All-Star team, Nathan says, it's silly. I don't think every team should send a guy. It's an all-star game and not a participation game. Here's what baffles me. Why is it that the NHL has to be like, oh, it's a participant. We have to have a representative from every team. But in each team, there's at least 2 guys from one team.
Yeah. Well, like most of them, yeah. Like, I mean, like we have 2.
Yeah.
And like Carolina's got 2.
The Atlantic has Hedman and Vasilevsky.
Yeah, like
the Central has fucking Kaprizov and Talbot.
Jesus, like
and Makar and McKinnon.
I could be a goalie in the Central, apparently.
Makar, McKinnon, and Talbot and Kaprizov.
You know what's even weirder about it? The Metro's the only one of 3 defensemen. The Atlantic
I don't
has
get
2,
how this shit works, man.
And the Central and Pacific each have 1. This is hurting my head. Why can't we send Shesterkin? Why can't we have more goalies than everyone else? God, now I'm angry. I hate this shit, man. I don't get the league.
I don't even know if they're doing division versus division anymore because they only release jerseys for East and West.
Maybe that's it.
I don't know anymore, dude. I really don't.
Even then, do you still the West is rocking 2 defensemen? Like,
oh yeah, man.
Unless like they're banking, unless they're actually like rigging the last man in.
So
which I could totally see the league doing.
Oh yeah, I could too.
They're Roman Yossi made it. Like, we need more defensemen in the Central. Get him in there. Like,
it's stupid. But why? As to why Nathan McKinnon said this? Now, granted, yes, Cale Makar.
You have your soapbox.
Cale Makar is an all-star. That's fine. Cool. There's a certain someone on the Colorado Avalanche who is from my hometown, who is also Middle Eastern. This is the guy I look up to when it comes to Middle Eastern hockey players.
You also bought his jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not buy it. I actually won it in a lotto and got it signed by him.
There you go. See?
In a raffle thing as part of an auction, and then got it signed by him. Lovely guy. Let me clear my voice for this. In 30 games played this season, he has 48 points, 13 goals, and 35 assists, and shockingly, only 36 penalty minutes for a guy who got suspended in 2 consecutive playoff series with his former team.
Honestly, it's almost more impressive with that many because that means he's scoring with less time on the ice too. So you got to keep that in mind. All right. See, that's me helping you here.
That person is Nazem Kadri. Nazem Kadri is about to hit 50 points at some point in the next 2 days or something.
Dude, I hope he just goes. I hope he gets a hat trick a game for the next week.
Number one, why is no one talking about the fact that Nazem Kadri is right now on pace to score 130 points?
You literally texted me a week ago. You're like, hey, check this out. You showed me the numbers. And I was like, fuck, what the hell? Dude, congrats.
No one takes it seriously because it's Kadri, but it's fucking Nazem Kadri. How is he not an all-star? How with those numbers is he not an all-star?
Because it's the NHL.
Okay, so a few days ago, there was this post on there was this guy I follow on TikTok who was talking about what's a trade you look back at and it was a trade that went bad for one team. And I always talk about it. The Nazem Kadri trade is one of the stupidest things, if not, no, it's a lie, not one of it. It's not the stupidest. It's one of the stupidest things that Toronto Maple Leafs ever did.
They've done a lot of stupid things.
But this is
that's actually it's pretty bad. In recent years, it's really bad.
Trading your star second line center for Tyson Barrie, who did not properly produce.
Who's not even there anymore.
Who's not even there. He was only there the year. He was only there for the season, which wasn't even a full season. Because that was when COVID hit. Right?
Yep.
The Leafs trade him because they needed to make space for their new star second line center, John Tavares, who they're paying $12 million to.
Yeah, you know my opinions on Johnny Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get me on my soapbox.
And then he goes to Colorado, where, yeah, of course he's going to be playing second line center versus McKinnon. You're not playing first line center on that team. You're playing second. But you know what Colorado has that Toronto didn't? A proper system below the first line.
Yeah, dude, is it Canadian teams just don't get that sort of like a thing you can do? Okay, because like I was thinking about this the other day, like the Bruins, the Rangers, the Capitals, like the Avalanche, like even the Kings, dude. The Kings even have a second line. It makes sense. Like, dude, every team's got a solid second. Like, I think they give him 100. Like every team. It's just all the Canadian teams just don't like. What the hell?
I don't know.
We've seen the constant complaint about like, dude, the Jets don't have a good second line. Like seriously.
No, none of the Canadian team. Literally, no. This is a working theory. This is a working theory now. Yes, this is now an up the boards theory that Canadian teams just don't get it. Nazem Kadri,
big sport, forgets how to do it.
Nazem Kadri in 2, almost 3 seasons now with the Colorado Avalanche. 36 points, 32 points. Now he's 36 points, 32 points, 48 points. Granted, the last 2 years were cut off because of COVID stuff, right? This is his first full season with the Avalanche.
Yusuf, you got to just put it like this. I'll help you. I'll even help you get your point across.
He's an all-star. How in your NHL? How in your stupid tiny brains? How is this man not a fucking all-star?
Hold up, dude. You're making it too hard on yourself, man. I'm helping you. Give me 20 seconds.
All right, fine. Go.
In less games. Well, let's see. How many games has he played? Let's make it easy.
This season or total with Colorado Avalanche?
This season.
30.
He's at 30 games played.
Yeah.
All right. Ovechkin's at 37.
Yep.
McDavid's at 33. And Jonathan Huberdeau is at 37, right? So he's at less games than all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And he is 3 points behind Huberdeau, who's 7 games up on him.
Yep.
He's 4 points behind Ovechkin. And he's 5 points behind Draisaitl and McDavid. Just say it like that. And he's 3 points above Stamkos,
who, by the way, is an all-star.
Yeah, he's above Stamkos. He's above Marchand. He's above Rantanen. He's above Kaprizov. He's above Meyer.
Kaprizov is an all-star. Timo Meyer, also.
Dude, he is second in the league in assists. He has more assists than McDavid.
Yeah.
He's 2 behind Huberdeau, who is an all-star. Adam Fox is 5th in assists. That's fantastic. Sorry.
Fucking God, I hate you. I actually hate you sometimes. I know you were. How, it's legit. And McKinnon's got a point with his quote that it shouldn't be a fucking participation game. You send the best players you have.
Dude, it bothers me so much.
Hold on. Who's coaching the Central team?
I actually don't know.
It's fucking Jared Bednar.
Is it?
It's Jared Bednar.
It's Rod Brandemore, Jared Bednar. Peter DeBoer's an all-star coach. Jesus,
yeah,
dude.
Peter DeBoer for some reason all-star coach.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
Who's the last one? Oh, the Panthers coach.
Andrew Burnett, the new guy that took over.
He's actually done good.
He's been doing good. But okay, so Jared Bednar, the coach of the Colorado Avalanche, is coaching the Central All-Star team, where he has 2 of his top guys in Makar and McKinnon, and he could have a third in Kadri. But the problem is, Kadri has to be voted in.
Is he at least in the fan vote, like the last man in?
Yeah.
I think I voted for him when I did it.
I did.
Let's see
so last man. Okay, you know what? Let's go through this with the rest of the divisions too, so we can talk about this. But I'm just gonna end it here with the Kadri thing. He should be a fucking all-star.
Oh yeah, he absolutely should.
He should be. All right.
So should Charlie McAvoy. That's another guy who I honestly think got some. There's a lot of people.
So let's work around this. So we have let's work with Atlantic first. Let's go east to west. So Atlantic, the last man in that you can vote for on NHL.com /all-star. Go vote. You have. Should be doing. I did. Tyler did. You should go vote.
Not multiple times. So you could. I think you're all 10 times a day. Actually.
Yeah, which is hilarious that they allow that.
I'm not voting Drew Doughty.
No. Okay. So Atlantic, you're following last men in candidates for the All-Star fan vote, which is still the stupidest thing ever. been very sick. I'm sorry for coughing so much.
It's all right.
Charlie McAvoy from your Boston Bruins. Tage Thompson from Peter's Buffalo Sabres, which is fucking, of all people.
Don't get me started on the fucking Sabres after last night at the Preds game. Don't get me started.
Fair enough. Alexander Barkov, who should be an all-star. Who shouldn't?
Lucas Raymond.
I was getting to him last. How dare you?
God.
You always save the best for last. The fuck, Tyler? Fine. Lucas Raymond, aka the kid that's gonna win the Calder. I don't give a fuck about Trevor Zegras from mine, Tyler's, our Detroit Red Wings. Al's Detroit Red Wings. I didn't have him placed there. I didn't have that planned. Actually, he was just there from earlier, but
he's always just a dude. He's like your support animal. Like you need him.
He is. He really is. Actually, I have two. Not the point here. Lucas Raymond, who I voted for, obviously. Barkov, who should be a fucking all-star. How's Barkov not an all-star?
Yeah, this is the point we're trying to get across.
Tyler Toffoli.
Dude, they got to pull someone from Montreal. This is
Brady Tkachuk, who like.
Imagine being a -4 and up for the All-Star.
I know, right? Steven Stamkos, captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning from Markham, Ontario.
And $10 million man himself, John Tavares.
Yes, and the $10 million man from Mississauga, Ontario, about 20 minutes away from me, who, speaking of captains that are very boring, John Tavares, very boring human being.
Oh my God, yeah, dude.
So, yeah, that's your last man in for the Atlantic. For the Metro.
I'll do a Metro.
Go ahead.
We got Andrei Svechnikov from the Carolina Hurricanes. We got Jacob Voracek for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Jesper Bratt for the New Jersey Devils. Matthew Barzal from the New York Islanders. We have Cam Atkinson from the Philadelphia Flyers. We have Jake Guentzel from the Pittsburgh Penguins. Evgeny Kuznetsov from the Capitals, and then Mika Zibanejad from the New York Rangers.
Oh, so you get to go fucking last but not least, but I don't.
I was doing that on purpose.
The fuck? I fucking hate you, man.
I know.
Okay.
It's perfect.
First, quickly back to the McKinnon thing. Here's my take. Here's how the All-Star game should run. Have the skills competition be a participation thing. Get a representative from every team and have them compete in the fucking skills, because that's cute. That's fun. For the actual games themselves, when it's team versus team, that's when you pick the best of the best.
I mean, dude, I'm even like the fact that I'm even more mad now that I looked at the roster and it's like, oh yeah, the teams in the West only have one defenseman. It's like, the fuck, like, how does that even work? Like, dude, no, every team, if you're gonna do it, at least make it even across the board. Like, you're gonna have X goalies, X defensemen, X forwards from each division. And the sad thing is that would actually at least help somewhat justify.
Yeah, but what annoys me is that's when, because like right before the All-Star game, that's when they announced like the reserves list.
Did they announce a reserves list?
No, that's the problem. They don't. Jake Guentzel should be an all-star. The fact that he has to get voted in bothers me because he might not even make it. Svechnikov should be an all-star. Both of them should be on that team. Voracek should be on that team. Zibby could be on that. I don't know how he's been this season, but
it's Zibanejad. He's heating up now. So
okay.
we're getting the actual. We had our moment of bad Zibby. Now we're getting the good Zibby.
There you go. Yeah,
he's
that's baffling.
But like Panarin didn't even make the list.
That's a good point. Artemi Panarin is an all-star.
Fucking Chris Kreider is. They really let anyone in this. I love you, Chris, but Jesus Christ, bro.
Central Division, because I'm sad.
I'll do Pacific.
All right.
I just didn't vote for Pacific.
From your Arizona Coyotes, everyone's favorite hot dog lover, Phil Kessel.
Dude, he's an all-star in my heart. He's
an all-star in my heart. Fuck that. Seth Jones, he has not been great this season, so I don't know what the hell he's
Fleury's not an all-star. Literally has fucking carried the Blackhawks. Is not an all-star.
Let's see. Jason Robertson from the Stars. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been really good.
Yeah. Ryan Hartman from the Wild. Okay. Roman Yossi. I don't know how he's not an all-star.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah, what the fuck? Roman Yossi didn't make the fucking first list. Robert
I like
Thomas.
how Tyler Toffoli. Hold on, I love how Tyler Toffoli in the Atlantic at 17 points and a -4 is up for last minute. Roman Yossi 38 points +3 is not an all-star.
Roman Yossi is currently in the Norris talks
discussion
again.
And,
He's currently in Norris discussion.
I mean, just Durkin's up for the fucking Vezina, but fuck me.
Yeah.
The league.
And Robert Thomas from the Blues. Weird. Robert Thomas, an all-star? Odd. Mark Scheifele, who honestly
this kind of proves their points further. To be honest,
and of course Nazem Kadri, not an all-star. It has to get voted in, which I think it'll be Kadri. I hope people are smart. And then Pacific. What do you have?
I've been voting him and Yossi pretty evenly.
I've been mainly
because both
Kadri, but
because
Yossi,
both, in my opinion, yeah, those two. Dude, there's no one in the Pacific I'd vote for, so I'll go down the list. Troy Terry. He's been all right. He's probably the guy. Him or Matthew Tkachuk. Those are the two I think is acceptable to vote for. Darnell Nurse, Drew Doughty, which that's a choice.
Yeah.
Logan Couture.
That's a choice.
Mark Giordano at -13 is up for the All-Star game.
You know they're planning on trading him, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
JT Miller. Jonathan Malchersol.
Dude,
Matthew or Troy Terry. Like, those are your options.
I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm going to be completely honest about something. How does it make sense? Like, Troy Terry had that, like, giant hot streak.
Like, he's got 22 goals.
Yeah.
He's got more goals than anyone else on this list for the voting.
He had that crazy hot streak, right? Yeah. Tkachuk, yeah, the Flames have been doing good.
Flames have been weird. They've been weirdly all right.
My question, as much as I don't hate the kid because even though he's in the Calder race with Lucas, but I love and respect the hell out of him for what he's doing to the game and what his play. And I know he's going to be the future of Anaheim. How is Trevor Zegras not on this list?
And dude, you're hopping our point.
How the fuck is Trevor Zegras not?
We should do an off-brand All-Star game and invite the NHL players.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Where are we gonna presents the All-Star game?
I don't know. Sponsor.
We'll rent out some like
just an ODR rink somewhere.
You just get a random ass rink. Just Stark and just rolls up with Kadri like, hey, like.
Troy Terry had that hot streak of goals, and he's getting consideration for the All-Star game. But Trevor Zegras right now is neck and neck with Lucas Raymond for the Calder.
Yeah, dude, like that.
Why the fuck is Moritz Seider?
This is how it should be. If you are in the discussion for a trophy, you're automatically.
You should automatically be an All-Star.
Like, God, this fucking hurts, man. I just let's change topics. I can't.
What?
I don't even know what we were going to talk about Vegas. I forget, honestly.
We were going to talk about something about Jack Eichel. I don't remember anymore.
We'll wait till he's back.
We'll
wrap up with the standings.
We can wrap up with the standings. Actually, here's what here's what we're gonna do. Pull up cap friendly. Pull up Vegas's cap friendly.
Fuck. Come on, Yusuf.
Nope, we're doing this now. Fuck it.
Good. Can we at least pause so I can take a pee?
Yes.
Pause.
Right, bathroom break over. Vegas. Okay, so what the fuck are they gonna do?
Well, let's see. They're at a cap hit of $91 million.
$91,431,277 all the way
and
down.
They've used $9.931 million in LTIR. Which for those playing at home means you have a cap space of zero. So how do you make money occur?
Vegas has been talked about for a while.
Well, let's remember, you need $10 million to get Eichel in.
Right, but this is where I'm going to go with. Vegas has been talked about as that team to be like, oh, they're a cup contender. They've been a cup contender since they started, right? They've been the exception to the rule of expansion teams. We know that. But they have put themselves in a position where they need to understand they can't keep doing this for much longer. They can't keep saying, oh, there's always next year. We got to just put more money into next year. They had to do ridiculous fucking shenanigans with their cap to make space for Alex Pietrangelo. who was at 8 million something a year. I think it might just be 8 flat. And then they trade
Yusuf,
for hey Tyler.
what wins cups
Defense and goaltending
and
scoring
depth scoring
and depth scoring.
and depth scoring?
Mhm.
Okay, what do they not have?
Depth scoring
Or
or a solid goaltender.
and then here's the third part of that, because it took me till this year to realize the or of the next thing. Their defense is not as good as everyone claims it to be.
No, it's not.
Look at how much they're spending on defense, and your jaw will hit the floor.
Yeah.
Because it's sad how little they are spending on it.
Yeah. So
Blows my mind.
So they have no money to spend, and then they trade for Jack Eichel, who is $10 million against the cap coming from Buffalo, because
no salary retained either.
No salary retained. So Vegas has to fork out that $10 million to check. They don't have $10 million to spend right now, and he will. Last I checked, he will be off LTIR very soon.
Well, hold up, you're forgetting the most important part. It has to be over $10 million.
Yeah. Because of bonuses.
Not even just bonuses, because they have to, realistically, you're not going to be able to, they have no piece worth $10 million.
No.
So they have to move 2 players.
Yep.
Which means you need to plug 2 holes, which means you have to have Eichel come back.
And then figure out how you're going to plug that other hole.
Exactly.
Yep. Now, their current problem they have is on their regular injured reserve, you have Max Pacioretty. Remember Max Pacioretty? You know, he makes $7 million a year.
Yep.
When he's back, that's $7 million they got to clear up.
Yep.
Right? They have who else is there? Nick Hogg. Nick Hogg doesn't count because he's on an ELC.
Alex Martinez.
I was about to
bane of my existence.
I always think about that, and it's just it gets funnier every time. It really does. It really. If there's one thing I have on,
I'm just here to live, laugh, and love. That's all I'm here for.
I can't believe that. I hate you. Alec Martinez makes $5.25 a year, which I didn't know he made that much. What the fuck? He's like 80 years old. He's only 34. He's okay. He's getting
and
there.
He's been ruining my life ever since.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has. When Martinez comes back, you got to clear up $5 million. So, not counting Eichel, you got to make space for Patch. You got to make space for Martinez when they get back. That's a total of $12.25 million right now. Shea Theodore, their star other defenseman, not named Alex Pietrangelo, he makes $5.2 million.
No, I think his does count against the cap because he's
he's on COVID, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's fine. Counts. Okay, so Shea Theodore is out of the question, but that's $12 million, $12 and a bit million. You got to make some space for when they get back from IR.
I've been working on this, so I'll tell you the solutions that you really have to work with as Vegas, pretending you are Vegas.
Go for it.
Yes, congratulations, you were Vegas.
Ah, cool.
So option 1, you trade for someone who is injured.
Okay.
And that gives you more money to play with.
That does.
Option 2, you have to trade people.
Yeah.
This is just to help with Eagles. It's not to fix anything else.
Yeah.
Realistically, they're going to trade Riley Smith at the deadline because they have to.
Yeah.
That gives you $5 million.
That does give you $5 million. That's less than half of what you need for Eichel. Yeah.
Realistically, you have Jonathan Marchessault. Now he's $5 million, but he's on a 3-year deal. So you're not going to trade him.
No.
The next best option you have to trade is $5 million is Evgeny Dadonov.
Mm.
He's on a 2-year deal still. So he's got next year as well.
Yeah.
But he's got a modified no trade clause. So he's got a 10-team list he'll go to.
They really put a modified no trade on Evgeny Dadonov? Okay. Anyways.
Vegas is very interesting. I thought they were, I really, for a brief minute, Well, I forgot they're on their second GM already. I don't think either of them were particularly brilliant. They also fired Gerard. They also fired Gerard.
They
Gallant
did
for
fire
Peter
Gerard
Bourg.
Gallant, yeah.
So I'm just gonna let that be reminded to everyone. For Peter DeBoer. Let's make sure that.
Yep. Okay.
So also, fun fact for you: Eichel's going to come in at 12.3% of their salary cap.
God. Considering Mark Stone makes 9.5, that'll be fun.
That's make it.
Yeah, between Stone, Pietrangelo, and Eichel alone, that's 35% of their.
I also want to be clear. I like Eichel because last night, I'll tell you a fun story. So last night I was at the Preds game.
Yes,
Buffalo Preds. The Preds just looked like absolute dog shit. But these old two guys from Buffalo behind me, they would not shut the fuck. They had to comment on everything in the game. Like literally from the second they got there to the second they left, they were talking. This was a direct quote. One of the guys goes in the corner on Buffalo. And he's like kind of trying to deke around one of the guys on the Preds. So they're in the Pred zone. And the guy goes, "Stop playing with it. This is the same shit Eichel did. This is why we traded him." And I turned and I said, "Sir, you understand he's one of the best in the league, and teams were literally trying to do miracles to trade for him."
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's just not how the game." I'm like, "No, that's how the game works. He produces." I'm like, "I'm sorry. You guys paid Jeff Skinner $9 million. You can't talk to me." Fortunately, Jeff Skinner scored last night, so that really hurt me as a human.
He scored twice, the
one play I was just so pissed. He had like 8 penalties. So like that was
okay.
He was in the box a lot, so
I bet he was. I think people forget. I think people do forget with Jack Eichel that he got hurt a lot, and they're like, "Oh, but he wasn't good because he was on Buffalo." He wasn't good because he was on Buffalo. He was the only good thing on Buffalo. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is where it gets weird. I'm wondering, I hope for his sake he doesn't do the Rick Nash thing where it's like, "Here you go. You're traded to a cup contender. Rick Nash, you're out of Columbus." And it's just the ghost of Rick Nash appears. Rick Nash fades away. Like, I don't think that's going to happen here.
I think the difference is when that happened to Rick Nash was a lot older.
Yeah, I know. So I'm hopeful this doesn't happen.
And Eichel's only 25, so
as long as he comes back happy and confident, he's not timid at all about playing, he'll be fine.
Which I think he will be, because he's in a system that actually plays. Because Buffalo just wasn't that system.
You mean working and playing hockey and trying to win cups?
Yeah. Buffalo doesn't care about that. Buffalo can't even put their hockey team together.
Hey, Aaron Dell should be an all-star after last night.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen should be an all-star.
Poor Peter, man.
Yeah. I don't know how he gets. I don't know how he lives with it, but so you have Jack Eichel, who I think he'll do good on Vegas.
You still need money for him, and everyone else.
And this is the problem. The problem is
the problem is you still have frickin' Robin Leonard.
That too. The big problem with Vegas is everyone talks about, when Vegas is healthy, they're going to be a good team come playoffs because they'll have everyone ready to go because you don't have to pay anybody because the playoffs salary cap doesn't count in the playoffs, right? But I keep mentioning this, and my hair is getting flimsy because I'm moving my head a lot. Jack Eichel should probably play the regular season, whatever's left before the playoffs, right? And you need money to do that.
People forget how long it's been since he played a game.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a fair while since Jack Eichel played a game. Right? So he needs some time to readjust.
Before the first bubble? I'm pretty.
It might have been.
Jack Eichel's last game. Let's look this up.
First bubble? Oh my god.
Hold up.
Did he not did he play last? Did he play last season? I can't remember. Because he was gone. He was on injured reserve. By the time he
hold
up.
Buffalo. There's no way. I'll be like,
when did he? It had to have been. Was it not last year?
I'm finding the.
Because I feel like he would have played.
April 14th, 2021. It was announced that Eichel missed the remainder of the season. Let's see.
April 14th. That was like, yeah. What was his last game?
Hold on. November 2019, Eichel scored 4 goals. I'm trying to find the game. When was his last game? Why is it so hard to find, Yusuf?
No, man. God.
He did play. He played 21 games in the 2020-2021 season. Does that make sense? So I think it was probably 2020 was his last game. He played 21 games, so he probably made it till about Christmas. Does it make sense? Oh, wait, that year didn't start late?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a minute.
No, he wouldn't have, because 2021 season started in
2020-2021 season. So it's the I guess 2021.
This is the problem about the COVID shit, is like it's just confusing as to when.
Okay, the game it began January 13th, 2021. Okay, so it's been about a year. It's probably been about a year since he played again. Getting close to a year. By the time he comes back, it'll be.
I think I got it.
Yeah,
March.
But
7th.
Regardless, I don't know why I'm like in my camera.
March 7th is I think it is.
We're coming up on it, so 2 months.
So it's been a year.
Been a minute.
It's been almost a year since Jack Eichel played a game.
Yeah, by the time he's back and ready to go,
it'll have been a year. All right. And part of it was surgery. Another chunk of it was rehab.
Part of it was waiting for surgery.
Waiting for surgery because Buffalo's a bunch of fucking morons. It's been a while, right? Jack will need to play a few games, at least like a bunch of games with Vegas just to get used to everything, because being in warmups isn't going to fucking do anything for him come playoffs.
What, you mean freaking shooting at the empty net and the goalie comes off, half the guys helmetless?
This is the thing, is like, look, there are a lot of teams in the NHL on paper.
32 to be exact.
32. There are a lot of teams. There's 32. But as far as playoff goes, on paper, some of these teams look like legitimate cup contenders. They look
where are they in the standings? Let's talk about that. Well, actually, we'll get to that in the standing. Well, actually, it's a good segue to the standings.
Well, let me finish
Dallas
my point.
Died tonight.
Let me finish my point.
Finish your point.
Yeah. On paper, the Vegas Golden Knights always looked good for the last couple of years. On paper now, they still look good, minus Robin Leonard. I don't hate Robin Leonard. We don't hate Robin Leonard as a person.
No,
he's a great person.
Great person,
Not
but he can't fucking stop pucks.
Yeah. Stupid COVID. Jack Eichel on the Vegas Golden Knights is cool. That's great, but that doesn't automatically mean they're going to win a cup. They still haven't. Closest they got was their first year. You got to remember this. Closest they got was their first year
with Gerard.
With Gerard, yeah. Closest they got.
You also agree that was a dumb firing, right?
I think everyone does.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Anyways,
I know
Vegas, like people
I'm happy about it.
People need to like just sit down and people do, but we need to learn that like Vegas is going to be one of those teams where they look very, very good on paper come playoff time when everyone's healthy. They just might not be able to do it.
Hey, again. Yusuf, very quickly.
Tyler. Sure.
What's your opinion?
Yes.
On Ivan Prosvetov.
Who the what?
Ivan Prosvetov.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the goalie for the Yotes. He's currently 38 for 41 in a tied game against the Avs with 5 minutes left.
Who does he play for?
The Arizona Coyotes, who are currently tied with the Avs with 5 minutes left. That's what I told you when I saw Arizona earlier. They're not as bad as the record shows.
What the fuck is going on in the league?
That's what I told you.
I know. And I still don't believe you.
Dude, go watch him play. Go watch a game.
I did. I watched them dismantle the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're
not as bad as their record shows. I told you this. I watched them play the Preds, and I was like, wow, this is a kind of interesting game.
Yeah. They're not like an elite team, but they are a team.
Dude, they have a shit ton of picks next year. Give them a year or two. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're right in the ship. And then Austin Matthews is going to come, which like is a thing, and life will be all right.
And then their center line 1 and 2 is going to be Shane Wright, Austin Matthews.
Dude, they're fine.
And then they're going to get Connor Bedard in the 2023 draft. And
Dude.
for some reason they're gonna get Matvei Michkov too.
I talk about this a lot. But I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say it again for those in the back. 3 first-round picks.
Yep.
5 second-round picks. They're getting 8 starters.
And this is a really good draft year to have.
They haven't even traded Kessel at the deadline yet. That's a first.
This is a really good year.
Get another first.
This
They're
is
gonna
a
have
really
4
good year.
first-round
Genuinely,
picks.
it's a great year
They're
for
gonna
them.
have fucking 9 to 10 picks in the first 10 rounds.
To have multiple first round. They
have 8
multiple
now.
first.
8.
They might have
first 2 round picks.
They might have 4 first round picks in this year's draft, which is stupidly deep.
They could have 10 or more picks in the first 2 rounds this year. Think of it, dude.
They just got to develop them and they're good to go.
1 of every 6 picks in the first 60 rounds will be the Yotes. Think about it like that.
Absurdity. Absolute absurdity.
Dude, that's be good.
All right, let's get
to the hold up. The teams they traded with Colorado, really quickly. Colorado's good.
The Kemper trade. Yeah.
Montreal sucks. That's going to be a high pick.
Yeah. The
Islanders have been bad. The Flyers have been bad. The Sharks been okay. Vancouver's been okay. Dude, they got good picks. It's hysterical.
They've got. Do they have their own first?
They have their own first, their own second. Dude, they're in great shape. And they have Montreal's first.
So you're expecting. Oh my God, they're going to have 2 top 5 picks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're going to have 2 top 5.
They might.
They might.
Depending on the trade, the conditional, but.
Okay.
So that's where they might screw them up. But dude, they'll still have. We're not at the deadline yet. Anything is possible.
Yep.
Dude, it's crazy, man. It's a fun time. All right. Let's finish it off with just the general standings.
Yeah.
We'll go west to east to make it more fun because our teams are the east.
Yeah, we'll make this one fast, hopefully.
All right. Pacific. Seattle still sucks.
Not shocking.
Vancouver, despite getting better, still sucks. They're in 7th with 35 points. The Oilers are in a comfortable 6th place at 38 points.
Remember when they were first?
Yeah, it's funny for 20 minutes. This is the thing. Despite all the offensive amazement that 2 guys have done, their goal differential is +2.
Yeah.
Calgary is at 40 points at 5th. The San Jose Sharks are in 4th with 41 points. Your Los Angeles Kings with 43 points are in 3rd. The Anaheim Ducks with 45 are in 2nd. And Vegas is in 1st with 48 points. They're 1st in their division.
Pacific's always close when it comes to the top.
Yeah, that'll be fair.
And the fact that the 3,
I want the Ducks.
Can we talk about how all the top 4 teams
are the California teams, which one everyone's going to suck? Yeah,
the California teams and the fucking desert team.
My favorite is everyone's like the California team's going to shit the bed this year. They're top 3.
They're really
top
good.
4, which is they were going to shit the bed. So
yeah, we thought
that.
Yeah.
All right, Central last place, but looking good doing it. As the Arizona Coyotes, 19 points.
As they do.
7th place with 33 points is the Chicago Blackhawks, who are going to trade everything at the deadline.
Yep.
6th place is the Dallas Stars with 38 points. Remember when Chicago fired their coach and nothing changed? That's great.
Yeah.
Winnipeg with 39 points is in 5th. They've been disappointed.
They've been,
Minnesota with 46 is in 4th. The Avs with 47 are in 3rd. The Blues are in 2nd with 49, which means Yusuf, who is in 1st in the Central. Who's 1st in the West overall?
Not mine. His Nashville
Predators. Hey, look at that.
Somehow.
UC Saros.
I gotta give them credit where credit's due. Predators are working. They're working.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the hell they're doing because I'm confused because I watch them play and I keep watching games and I'm like, man, we're bad. It's like, how the fuck are we winning? And the answer is Matt Duchene. I'm kidding. I don't know what the
I was
answer
about to
is.
say, like, what the fuck?
No, I'm kidding. I have no idea. Although he did score last night, so hi. He actually does. He's been really good this year. He's actually looked swift. All right.
I bet he has.
Atlantic. The Atlantic, tied for last in the league, is your no one's Montreal Canadiens with 19 points. It's embarrassing. And the problem is, like, I love their fans on the internet. They're like, oh, we don't have Carey Price. It's like, cool. That doesn't help any of your other problems.
No, it doesn't.
7th, Ottawa, 22 points. Remember when they said they're going for a cup?
Remember when Pierre Dorian said the
Dude, the
rebuild was over?
Atlantic's just so easy to make fun of. I'm sorry. They're all so interesting.
It is.
Like, dude, I can name something bad about every team except for 2. So, all right. Buffalo at 28 points in 6th. Yusuf's Detroit Red Wings are in 5th with 37 points.
Look on the bright side. We're not like 2 points above Buffalo or anything. So
yeah, you're actually holding your own. In 4th place with 44 is the Boston Bruins with their new old goaltender of Tuukka Rask, which is weird that he's back. Good to see him back. In 3rd place with 49 points, the team I hate the most, the Toronto Maple Leafs. In 2nd place with 55 points, tied for 1st place, technically, if you will, is the Tampa Bay Lightning. And in 1st place with 55 points is the Florida Panthers. Go Panthers, go.
The Atlantic is going to be fun because of the just back and forth between Florida and Tampa.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
That's what makes it the most fun.
I'd like to see I'd like to see Boston pass Toronto, just for the amusement of it all. I'd love to see Toronto miss the playoffs somehow.
I wouldn't be. No, they'll make the playoffs this year.
Will they?
Who's got the do the Metro? We'll talk about wild cards in a second.
All right, Metropolitan in last place with 28 points. And okay, I hate this team, but honestly, they deserve to have this thrown at things. People are giving them way too much shit, in my opinion. They have played like 6 to 9 less games than most of the other teams in their division. So with 28 points, the Islanders are in last.
Yeah,
but like they've played they're 9 games behind us. Like
the Islanders have really gotten the shit end of the stick this season.
Yeah, I would like to see them at least. I'd
like
them to be good. Just I don't want to win because they've just been all sick. Like I want to win because like I want to win.
Looks like they all got sick and they still had to play their games. None of them were postponed. Their home stretch, not even home stretch. Their opening season started with a 13-game road trip because UBS Reno isn't done yet.
Yeah.
Islanders have really had the shit under the stick this year. So, no. 7th.
New Jersey with 33 points. In 6th with 33 points is the Flyers, who have been laughable. I can't wait for the panic trade Carter Hart. God, I can't wait because I like Carter Hart. I need him to go to a better home so I can like.
Have you seen that interview with Bobby Clark recently?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. About how they didn't want Nolan Patrick.
Yeah, which is great because they traded him. So it's just really enjoyable. Dude, I can't wait till they trade Carter Hart. It's going to be so fucking funny.
They're probably going to panic trade him. And for peanuts. Yeah.
And then if you're a fucking, West Coast team, like, I pick a team that needs a fucking goaltender. I don't know. Arizona.
Yeah.
And Arizona got Carter Hart. And then all their other picks.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. All right. In 5th place, despite having like no big name pieces, still giving it their all. Gotta love them. Columbus. Fuck yeah. Way to go. 35 points. They're getting there. Keep it up, guys. Get better. I like the direction they're going in. They also have picks. Like, despite them not having any picks like 2 or 3 years ago, they seem to have figured out the path.
They made up for it, but Jarmo Kekalainen really figured out, like, rather than just like stocking up on picks, they really did their homework on like who they got.
Yeah. They're Columbus people give too much shit. They're good. They're good to run organization. Yeah. 4th place with a miraculous hot streak and comeback with 47 points. The Pittsburgh Penguins. In third place with 49 points. Another team I absolutely despise, the Washington Capitals.
Yep.
In second place with 50 points, Carolina Hurricanes. Which means in first place in the Metropolitan, Igor Shesterkin and Adam Fox are in first place. Honestly, Igor Shesterkin's in first place. He stands alone because we apparently
they're not first in the league though.
We were close. We had a minor mishap the other night against LA, and I wanted to throw my laptop out a window. But Shesterkin had COVID, so life's okay. Panarin had COVID. Reeves is still not back yet. I'm panicking.
I know.
That's the problem. We don't have Ryan Reeves.
That's the issue.
Panarin's been out now. Honestly, we've had a lot of COVID things going on.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll get there. We got first again. Yusuf, you sound tired.
It's been a long day. Also, just the whole COVID thing, like being tired, the fatigue hits you fast, So
how's isolation been?
I hate it.
I could believe it.
Not to mention everything's fucking like half locked down in Toronto. So
go download NHL.
I do. I've been playing NHL for the last 3 days when I haven't been sleeping. And also I have school. That's the other thing too, is school's not in person. So I don't get to go and actually go to class and do shit. I have to be on Zoom every fucking day for 5 hours.
Wait, what console do you have?
I have a PS4.
Okay, never mind. So you got Xbox, man. I'd invite you to my World of Shell group.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I've been stuck in isolation, just watching hockey games, whatever's on. The problem is all the Canadian teams haven't been playing.
Oh yeah, that's the border thing has made that very interesting, right? What's the border? There's something weird that they were the games have been struggling up there.
It's so confusing. I don't know anymore. People I really don't.
Someone on Reddit was arguing that it's the NFL is doing a better job than the NHL, and it's dude, the NHL is an international thing technically. We're dude, you never cross a border for the NFL. You cross states, but you're not crossing countries. The NHL's Canada and the US.
Yeah,
even basketball and baseball, they got international games technically. It's
yeah.
It's big. We call it the national. It's
basketball and baseball. It's only the one Canadian team.
Yeah, but the rest, the NHL, yeah, it's you got 7 of them.
We had 7 of them, yeah. So
yeah, it's fun.
I don't know. Anyways, the wild card thing though, this is where we're gonna end it off. I have a legitimate reason to believe it's not gonna happen, but it'd be fucking funny if it did. The Red Wings right now are on that down tilt of the season, which is normal. But Detroit, they look okay, and then just right. Now, granted, Jakub Vrana is going to be back in about a month-ish, roughly. Maybe that might change things. We'll see. But so right now, Pittsburgh and Boston have the wild card spots.
That's my point. Toronto's not going to make it.
Well,
they will right as of now. They will.
So here, my thing is Boston overtakes Toronto. Toronto then takes the second wild card spot. Right.
Pass Toronto.
Yeah, that would be if somehow the Red Wings have a fucking miraculous comeback. 2 things would make me happy in life. Number one is if the Red Wings are the ones that beat Toronto in a game 7 in the first round, or if we're the ones that overtake Toronto in the wild card, because that would just be fucking hysterical.
You would be so happy.
I would be so happy. And then Brandon Shanahan's you know what? I'm done. I'm going back to Detroit. And then the trifecta is complete. And then everything is all happy in the world. What else could you want? We have Nick Lidstrom as our fucking vice president of Hockey House. What more could you ask for?
Yusuf, you know what happens in 2 weeks? It's going to make me cry.
No, what?
From today, actually.
From today?
I think it's 2 weeks from today. It might be under 2 weeks from today.
What is 2 weeks from today?
Number 30 is going up to the rafters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And you're not going to that game.
Dude, I screwed up. I should have bought the tickets day 1, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I panicked. Also because race cars, but
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, Daytona,
okay.
man.
You can come here when they inevitably, for some reason, build a statue of John Tavares.
Oh, Yusuf. You know I'd rather die than do that.
And on that note,
wait, are we doing? Is the outdoor game still happening?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no fucking
Kind of
clue.
assumed it's not.
Yeah, they haven't said anything because the Canadian government has reason to believe that this will all be solved by the end of January. So I'll give you an answer in February,
All right.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Honestly, no idea.
I mean, I got mine in February down here.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't know.
I might go to Pekka's retirement. That might be.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. Well, that'd be
Yeah.
nice. I can't go to any hockey games now because Scotiabank Arena is not letting people in.
At all?
Yep, at all. So it's empty arena games again.
Fun time in the kingdom.
Oh
man.
yeah,
It's a fun time in the world.
Fun time in the world.
It's very interesting. You guys are all locked down. We are
Not giving a
nothing's-
shit. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So people are getting sick, but it
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah,
stop
no,
them
it's
from-
very different lives.
Yeah,
It's very
It
interesting.
really is. It really is.
Oh, God.
But hey, you know what? This is our PSA then to just let you know. Make sure to stay safe, wear a mask, wash your hands.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Get vaccinated. Get the booster. That's important too. I'm getting mine next week. I just got my book.
Gotta get mine. I'm getting mine. I was
got
gonna get
mine,
tonight, but I'm
Finally
gonna
just
go on
got mine
Monday.
booked. Oh yeah, that's the difference. Is you can just get yours anytime.
Yeah,
huh?
we're walk-ins down here. Yeah,
Yeah, we were walk-ins. I had to book mine a week ago
yeah, we're
for
walk-ins.
2 weeks from now. Well, from today actually, a week from today. So yeah. Canada.
Dude, I can get mine at the grocery store. I can go pick up some bread. Just be like, yeah, fuck it, get a shot. Yeah, get my booster. So probably gonna do it on Monday.
I don't get it. I don't get
What
it.
a world, man.
What a world. On that note, this has been Up the Boards. I'm Yusuf,
I'm Tyler.
and we'll see you soon.